In August of 1966, a teenager was flying a kite on a hill in Brazil. He wandered into the tall grass near the top, and he found two men. They were lying side by side, dressed in formal suits, and over their eyes each man wore a mask made of lead. There were no wounds, no signs of a struggle, no explanation, just a note with instructions for something that was about to happen. This is the case of the lead masks, one of the strangest deaths Brazil has ever recorded. Their names were Manuel Pereira da Cruz and Miguel José Viana. They were electronics technicians. They repaired radios and televisions for a living. They were good at it, skilled, precise, respected in their town. But the two friends shared an interest that went far beyond circuits and wires. They believed that electronics could do more than carry sound and pictures. They believed it could reach something on the other side. In 1960s Brazil, this was not a fringe idea. Spiritualism was woven into everyday life. Seances, spirit communication, and reported sightings of strange lights were common conversation. Manuel and Miguel belonged to a circle that blended science, faith, and the search for contact. Friends said they had once caused an explosion, building a machine to communicate with other worlds. They left their town carrying a significant amount of cash, money that would never be found. Instead of going where they said, they boarded a bus to Niterói, near Rio de Janeiro. They arrived in the early afternoon, and they began to prepare. They bought 2 matching raincoats, even though they had a specific reason no one understood. They stopped at a small bar and bought a single bottle of water. The waitress remembered them. She said one of the men seemed very nervous, checking his watch again and again. The time on the note was 16:30. 4:30 in the afternoon. They were exactly on schedule. It was raining. Most people would have turned back. Manuel and Miguel climbed higher into the mud and the dark, and they were never seen alive again. 3 days later, the teenager with the kite found them. When police reached the scene, what they found made no sense. The two men lay neatly on their backs as if resting. Their suits were clean, their raincoats in place, and over each man's eyes, the lead masks, crude, hammered, cut by hand from sheets of metal. Lead is used to block radiation, to shield against something invisible, but these masks only covered the eyes, as if they were protecting against a light, a flash. Near the bodies, 2 wet towels, and the empty water bottle from the bar. Their watches had been removed and placed carefully in a plastic bag. There was no trauma, no blood, no sign that anyone had forced them to do anything. And the people who lived nearby had something to add. A woman named Gracinda was driving past the hill with her children that evening. She reported seeing an oval light hovering over Vintém Hill, glowing and changing color. Others described a bright object in the sky that night. Some said they heard a loud blast. The hill already had a reputation. Locals had reported strange lights there for years. To the men's families, the masks suddenly made a terrible kind of sense. They believed Manuel and Miguel had gone to that hill expecting to make contact. The capsules in the note, the masks for the light, the signal they were told to wait for. Almost 60 years later, no one knows what they were waiting for. If a mystery like this one stays with you, a quiet like helps these forgotten cases find the people who'd want to know them. Here is where the case turns from strange to genuinely unsolvable. The note mentioned capsules, something the men were supposed to ingest. If they had been poisoned, a toxicology test would likely have revealed it, but that test was never properly done. The coroner cited the state of the bodies and an overwhelming caseload. A reporter later learned the men's organs had been left sitting on a shelf and simply discarded. The single most important clue to how they died was thrown away before it was ever tested. With the physical evidence gone, only theories remained, and there were many. The first, a spiritual experiment. The men took something to reach a higher state, and it killed them. The second, that they were waiting to be taken. The masks to shield their eyes from a blinding arrival. The third, a darker possibility, that a third person was there. Some witnesses claimed the men had been seen entering the area with someone else. The large sum of money they carried was gone. Only small change was found on them. Had someone promised them contact with another world and given them capsules that were simply poison? Years later, a convicted criminal even claimed to know what happened. His story led nowhere. Every theory explains part of the scene. None of them explains all of it. Why the suits? Why the masks? Why two careful, intelligent men lay down on a hill and waited? Manuel and Miguel were buried in their hometown side by side. The case was never officially solved. The cause of their deaths remains undetermined to this day. In the years that followed, people kept reporting strange lights over Vintém Hill. A photographer even captured an unidentified object hovering there 2 years later. Whether that means anything, no one can say. Whatever they were searching for on that hill, they may have found it. And whatever they saw behind those masks, they took it with them. Hollow Files exists for the cases the world left unfinished, the ones with no ending, only questions. If this one stayed with you, my documentaries on the Isdal woman in Norway and the Setagaya mystery in Japan are waiting at the end of the screen. A new case arrives every Friday.